I really like drums, what can I say? Hi. Strap in for a long one. I'm getting this game finished today, so until I get the end on screen, that's us. 1 week later! My shoes crunch the layers of snow beneath me. Behind me, the trail is quickly swept over by fresh snowfall. The cold bites at any flesh it can reach, my ears, my nose, my exposed hands as it carries my precious cargo. My big, daft, bald head. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. I'm alone in this frigid wasteland. Right, hi everybody. I don't think I said hi for starters, and I'm already on a tangent. I think I can't remember the year, but we had a huge snowfall in Scotland, right? Especially around the area I was at. If I was standing in the deepest part of the snow, it was just right about line with my bibbies, my bibbises, my chesticles. So I'm 5'8", so that's a good 3.5 feet of snow. That's a lot for us because we're a rainy country. We don't normally get thick snow. It normally just turns to ice and compacts. Anyway, during that day there was some stuff that had to be got during those like heavy snowfall seasons. So I basically had to trudge through it. While trudging through, the snow was clearly high enough that some of the dogs that had been let out clearly were able to just run through the snow. And as I was going, I just remembered seeing it was like I think it was a white lab, just kind of the wee head bobbing up and down as it was trying to run beside me. No idea where it came from. Never seen the dog before in my life, but it was clearly just in the distance, an owner shouting the name. It was quite cute. I definitely did eventually go home because it was going in the direction of home. Anyway, and to think this started so simply just 4 days ago. I'd gotten into a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, join, very rudely, do my thing until the bell rings, then head over to the paint residence to check on Olivia. She texted me that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of filling the canvas with colour. Every time I'd come over, I found her sitting at the edge of her bed with a brush in her hand, analysing the canvas with a kind of fire in her eyes only a visionary like her would have. Back on Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Olivia told me there was a gas station up the street and round the corner, asked if we could get her a normal cola with a strange side eye. Trip was frigid. Probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was worth it. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go make more resupply missions. Then I got caught in a return trip by Vinny and Randy. Short version of the story, I'm now the resupply man for the household. I go out and get precious rations for my poor, freezing, shivering girlfriend and all the survivors of this inhumane climate of 31 degrees. That's fucking boiling, what are you talking about? I don't think I've ever been at... Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is different. Right, okay. Fucking 31 degrees. I don't think I've ever been in 31-degree weather in my life. Tell a lie, I think the hottest summer I've ever experienced was 36. And I stood out in it for 30 seconds, went, fuck this, and went for a cold shower. It's been tough work, but it's been a blast. Bald head. As I approach front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. Door opens for me, and slams shut as I'm yanked in for the chilly air can creep in with me. Stumble forward and finally collapse onto the couch, into Olivia's waiting arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out a large blanket she has open and shrouds me in her warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rock lose its warmth. Appreciated. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps her tail around my wrist, trying her best to warm me up. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded saurian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, Damien's chugged his battery acid energy drink. That's what I needed. Up for another trip? No. Olivia signals to Vinny, takes the empty bottle and bops him in the back of the head with it. And go. While you were out, I finally thought of something. For a date? Yeah, you'll love it. It's... knocky knock knock knock. Olivia's breath catches, the two of us wait in anticipation as Randy gets the door. But we know who it is already. Olivia, package. My head jostles to and fro as Olivia's excitement translating physically into her arms, quaking wildly around my collar. Settle. Randy hefts a box containing new wheelchair parts in the living room, sits in front of the TV. Want me to set it up? Actually. Olivia lifts herself on the couch and starts pushing against the box, sliding it towards her room. And going, I can do it. Aye. Olivia waves me over to join her. She pops the door open and pushes the heavy-looking box into her room. Oh, there's actually a box there. Come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Dots. We sit on the edge of the bed with the box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw. And in a single motion slice opens the tape, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking up the individual parts and laying them around. While doing so, I pick up the instructions. Really? What? Come on, give me that. She takes the instructions and rips them into bits. Won't need that, but I fixed my own chair since I was a kid. Why you? I break it, I fix it. Simple as. And I broke it a lot when I was younger. Okay, curiosity peak. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face. Ramp jumps. Hell yeah. She doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to her desk to retrieve a small hex key set. For the next 15 minutes, we begin assembling the wheelchair. Turns out building this thing isn't as complex as I thought it would be. Is that grass? Or did we go outside? I don't think this was the CG background they intended. No, I see it now. It's just the background for the text window. It's fine. It's fine. We're still in our bedroom. Most of it really is as simple as connecting tab A to slot B. There's a new window there, but you're not going to make it. We're nearly finished now. The metal frame stands proud, missing everything needed to make it comfortable. Like the seat. This bit connects to the handles. Aye. You're about to tell me about that idea I'd love for a date? Aye, yeah. You ever been to a hibachi grill? Heard of them. They're great. You get to try it. You sit down at a table, right? In the middle of the table is a big flat top grill. Then the chef, and with a piece. Thanks. Then the chef comes in with a cart full of stuff that you ordered. Once the grill gets hot, start cooking food right in front of you. Then they bring a whole new meaning to playing with your food. Sounds pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes the other direction. Clank. Whoops. Yeah, honestly, sounds pretty fun, Liv. I like dinner and the show, but dinner is the show. Oh, it's like dinner and a show, but dinner is the show. I've been wanting to eat at a place like that for years. Alright then, since we've finished this, let's call for a table and go. Yes. Olivia's arm and tail wrap around me in a hug. Her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair's seat to the perfect height. After attaching an armrest to the handle, I stand up in triumph from the fully built mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new wheelchair is completed by yours truly. You put the wheel on backward. See, if I'd sat in that, it would have crumpled, and it would have killed me. Is that a thing? She literally tells me one of the spare parts. Yeah, so stop trying to kill me, dummy. Just to be safe, we're going to have to go back a few steps, make sure this thing's built correctly. Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Liv inspects my work, nodding in approval on occasion and adjusting a few parts. Nodding in approval on occasion and adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from her bed to her seat. That was it. Darn it, legs still don't work. Well. Yeah, you did great. Feels just like the old one. Good job, Inky. Phew. Don't say yet. The night's just getting started. Her tail slithers around my wrist. Invite me to take the wheel. You ready? Yeah, it'll be cold. I'll be fine. Got a personal furnace with me. Moon's silver irises turn to me half-lidded. letting me know that my real role in Olivia's life is now. Letting me know what my real role in Olivia's life is now. Furnace? Not something sweeter like heated blanket or comforter? Yeah, no. I say that to my aunt and uncle and they give me the talk all over again. Ah, money. Ah, you bastard. Before we knew it, we were admiring passing buildings as our real car races towards the city. One thing we noticed were Christmas lights tangled about inside the metro, which gave it a cozier vibe. As we near the concrete jungle, even the street lights and buildings grow infested with holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place looked like in coming days. Sorry about that. Definitely come back with Olivia later. Later with Olivia, along with my camera. After a bit of walking and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district. Little Trudon? Trudon. Nope, can't get the reference. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself in the surroundings, Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it. Can always check it out afterwards anyways. Bing bong. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. Can't pinpoint exactly what it smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. Konnichiwa, welcome. Table for two, I presume. Yes, called early for reservation. Waitress takes a moment to look at the tablet placed in front of her. Table for Mr. Nito and guest. Follow me. Grabs us the menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we're guided through the restaurant, take in the interior design, seeing various set pieces, decor, and portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner of the restaurant. Entering into the main dining area, the sound of lively conversation floods my ears, as does the savoury fragrance of the food being cooked for other patrons. Go sneeze. I hate sneezing. Just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the centre, and a chef was chopping and dicing the slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool with each passing moment. Finally, we reach our table, and another party occupies the other remaining seats. Enjoy! So, how would you? My hand waves over Olivia around her chair's handlebars. Olivia seems to understand what I'm about to entail, because without a word, she effortlessly hoists herself out of her wheelchair into the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair, place it by a nearby wall, seat myself next to her. Nice. How you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers splay out near the grill before us. Her tail curls up over the counter and joins them. I join them for a few seconds, warming my knuckles. I already like this place. It's like a combo of a show, a diner, and a sauna. Reach for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. Already know what you want to get? Sushi. They got the good stuff here. She points at something on the menu I don't have a hope of ever pronouncing correctly. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing. What about you? Something warm and filling. What about this dish then? She points at one of the specialty dishes. It's called Trudon Delight. Chicken breast, hibachi steak, and colossal shrimp, lightly seasoned and grilled. A variety dish. Sounds good enough for me. At variety, an idea overcomes me as I scan through the menu thoroughly. A section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recalled from some of the foodie blogs I'd read. Why don't we try all the appetizers? What? Leaving the menu flat before her to the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like, we should try sampling everything, see which is best. That'd be really expensive, right? It would. Each plate already costs over $15, but consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. About half then. Still be around 7 plates, but I'm sure I could cover that much. Okay. Gets me off where I can cheer. But not all at once, huh? Want to appreciate the show too. 2 dishes at a time. It's a weekend session, and I already figured Olivia's plan to fill up early to save my bank account. Sure, so would you debate about which appetizer to pick and start with? Our voices now mingling with the rest of the ambience as we wait to order. By the time someone comes round, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Eventually, the chef approaches the table with a large fork and blade in hand. He's a tiger. Is he? Oh. I don't know. He's a something. He uses a nearby container of oil to cover the cooking surface in the shape of a smiley face before setting an assortment on fire and spreading it across the stove with a blade. The second staff member drops off a cart with uncooked meats and veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients readied, the chef starts a performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils with a grin on his face. Vegetables diced and stacked into explosive minifigures. Meat sizzled, flipped, and thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggle around the chef without even looking. Even as we were served up our starting orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Liv is completely enthralled with the performance. Not that she's the only one. The dexterity and skill the chef has with her food isn't like anything I've seen in any high-class restaurant my parents dragged me to before. After a minute or two of watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple beside us received their order. He eases over a step to now stand before Olivia and I, and his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konbanwa, my hungry-looking friends. Definitely hungry-looking, but Olivia? Look at her. Olivia's eyes are the size of a plate. Her lips are trembling over her smell, and her chopstick creak with her fingers. First time I'm sim? Mine too. Hi, new friends to our lovely city. Let me give you a proper Volcaldera welcome. For I can tell we aren't tourists, the cook sits down a pre-peeled onion and the grill. With his sharpened spatula and tongs, the onion is cut expertly and its rings separated and stacked into a neat cone. When he then raises a finger with a smile, I can't help but lean forward. He holds up a bottle of clear liquid, squirts it into the Reel back at the sudden heat erupting from the onion cano. Fingers tapping just above my eyes. My eyebrows! You're fine, Enko. Relax. Confirming a few bits of hair still in my... Sorry, while I was laughing there, I noticed that for some reason I was peaking my microphone, so I adjusted some settings as well as lost my shit, but then I come back and thought about burning my eyebrows off. It's happened to me before. There was one time, I used to love having a scented candle in my room, but I'm also quite heavy on the facial hair, and there was one point I had very long hair as well. But I would always remember, hold the hair back when you're blowing out the candle. But I was kind of drunk, so I went on a little too high and just felt a sizzling in my moustache. I'd actually caught my beard on fire, and the moustache started to singe was the bit that kind of tipped me off. It was the funnest shave I ever had to have, because, like, I don't know if you know, but see if you singe hair, oh, it's dead easy to shave, it's just, oh, it's done. Then they do the rest of it, obviously, but... warm enough of a welcome. Quiet. It laughs as the onions are added to our first appetizer plate, sampler of various garnished fish and meats. Olivia is quick to take the sizzling piece of steak and chomp it, chewing on it even as her eyes water from the heat of it. Chef notices and uses a spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water close to her, which she uses to quickly cool her tongue. I have to see eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is savoured slowly. My hands rub Olivia's back in comfort, but she still smells and reaches for another cut of steak. Totally worth it. One by one, more of our appetizers are given to us. While I would normally go into detail about each one's unique flavour and how it affects my palate, one thing comes to mind. It's really good. Olivia seems to have the same sentiment, currently scarfing down the rest of her salmon rolls. Any couples here tonight? Moments I glance at the girl beside me, enjoying her own little moment as she chows down on her food. We are. Well, it's holiday season, which means... It's the holiday season, which means the chef hovers over his prongs, over our heads, with something green placed on its end. Mistletoe! Guess between the gentleman and the Wani girl, yes? Tender. Lingering pleasantness fills my heart as the chef tosses a mistletoe on the steak, revealing its true identity as a garnish. What does Wani mean? It means gator. I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah. I was thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really? As opposed to the green baryonyx girl? See Damien referred to him as the red guy too? Hey, Amingo. Wow, I just heard a noise. Crane my head towards the direction of the pink and the blue. I get it. Good. Everyone, I just met a triceratops. In fact, I met two. Shut up. Use my chopsticks to fling an onion over. She definitely chomps it out of the air. Okay, who ordered scallions? Oh, that's us. One last bite of shrimp, we finish our meal. Chef spins his utensils and gives us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. Managed to slip in a generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if I would like some complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some dessert sounds good right now, so why not? It's not long until we're cutting open sweet, flaky shells of fried cake batter to get to the cool and tasty ice cream cores of our free deep-fried ice cream. Eey. Cold be damned, I need something sweet to cap that off. Actually, you be alright for a while? Got an idea. Alright, trust me, I'll be back. There's a general store right across. Excellent. Cross. Hopefully they have what I have in mind. I'm back. The ice cream is starting to melt. I considered eating it. Rude! After I went and got these just for you. Hand over the plastic bag. Pocket warmers! How considerate of you, Inky. Stuffs them into the pocket of her hoodie, cracking them to start the heating. I grab her wheelchair and unfold it next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. Still a whole city out there. Whoops! Game, where did you go? There we go. Still a whole city out there. Wanna go see it? This is a problem when you play on windowed mode. She takes my hand, interlocking her fingers between my own. Absolutely. Back outside, I finished last my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Can agree more. Not sure how fond I am of having the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Better than the cologne you always use. You notice that? Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead in the open-air market in the distance. Well, we're in Little Trodon. Weather makes foot traffic non-existent. Town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy, looking around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way, I got a great feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards a shopping centre. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already, Little Trodon is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around street lamps, while paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path at right shoe. Village year and cultural tradition meshed perfectly together. We are here. Here, looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into the building. There's walls, and even a ceiling. Well, the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent, but the walls are cut into with cheap canopies, jutting from the tops of the buildings, and so many colourful knickknacks hanging them over Let me try this sentence again. The walls are cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings, so that many colourful knickknacks hanging from them and over tables equally filled to bursting with a plethora of items. Every other stall I see, seller stationed right next to a cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, the shopping centre was packed to the brim. That's the one, I know it. Lead the way. As we get closer, can't help but notice a variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs marking their prices that, frankly, reflect the quality very poorly. Further than the shopping centre, we reach a section of indoor market that almost looks like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along the wall of every store. The wall of the store. In the centre are displays showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. Ceilings now covered in greenery. More paper lanterns, banners adorning Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing a wide array of oriental goodies. Let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins as we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately I'm drawn to one that's exceptionally vibrant from all the toys on show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, sure can find something for Vinny. Calling their first meeting, look for any power raptor figure I can find on the table. Aha! Picking up a package figure, move Olivia from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? Perks an eyebrow briefly and gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. No. Why not? Uncle, that's a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right. Look at the package of the small green figure. Powerful Raptorial. Yeah, look, this stuff is cheap knockoffs. You want a good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back? She rolls her eyes but motions for me to follow. Olivia rolls herself past the table and deeper into the stall. The first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along the one wall. And opposite to that wall, and opposite that, a wall covered with a lot of swords and knives and other potentially pointy lethal things. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon racks. Don't think Sophia would approve. Oh yeah, no. It takes a colossal effort on her part to turn herself around, partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how her eyes lingered on a particular sword on the shelf. Looking closer, it kind of looks like the one from a show we watched together. Neat. Maybe? Nah, Sophia definitely wouldn't approve. Doesn't take long for Olivia to pick a pair of toys to gift Damien's younger brother. Although, I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases are made, we move to the next person on the list in the next stall. Venture through the halls deliberately, throwing ideas back and forth on the ideas for the rest of the pens. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price, and just the right size for Damien. And Olivia pointed out the neat little statue of an insect carved into an amber stone. Carved out of amber stone. Said it'd be perfect for Randy, so I added it to the pot. Left Sophia and Olivia had just brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it is one of her favourite hobbies. Not knowing much in that matter, let Olivia go and talk with the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy, while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. One in particular catches my eye. Looks like some variation of a whack-a-mole, featuring little alligator heads. They're cute. She would love one of these. Just so happens I have 5 quarters. Turn the crank, get the spherical capsule in exchange. What you getting? Olivia, got this for you. Ooh. Placed it in her hand, she brings it closer to examine. Oh my god, it's adorable. Look, you can bop it with a hammer. Dunk. Ow. I know just the place for it. This is going right in my little treasure hoard. You're a dragon. The thought brings a smile to my face. Find what you're looking for? Yep. Pulls out a few colourful bottles from her chair's compartment. These babies look great on the canvas. They're just the colours are needed too. Whoa, is that different from regular paint from the store? It just is. Brr. It just is. Okay. I also got Auntie a roll of faux silk. She always wanted to try work with silk. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like it's just in time too. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. Didn't we get caught in the tight alleyways in the city after dark, so Olivia and I call it a night and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance and... whoa! Big tree! It's a circular clearing, the widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performers and such. The centre is a huge Christmas tree, with colourful strings and lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How'd we miss this coming in? Whoa! We both crane our necks to see the star at the top. Looks mosaic, each panel a different colour to create a star within a wreath. The entirety of it aglow from a singular light source from within. The coloured lights bounce off us as we approach. The colour Olivia's snout in reds, blues, purples, and even some vibrant greens. Even a breath coming out as vapour is lit up like part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All we can hear is a subtle ambience of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah. You know me, I'm itching to get back into it. Look back up at the tree, it's bright. Merry Christmas, young mummy rubber. Christmas isn't for another few weeks. I know, feel it saying it. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Olivia hand finds mine, her fingers intertwine slowly, her palms press warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. Carefully set down her shopping bag and take a knee beside her. She leans over her chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips move in a silent whisper that she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to her face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following an example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks, as I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stay pressed together for some time, at least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up, slowly take us back to the station. The ride home, we're lucky enough to get the whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close the whole way back. That's because she's cold as fuck, bro. It's officially winter in Caldera Bluffs. And as if to celebrate the occasion, tonight at St. Hammond's Winter Formal. Hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whenever I remember the event coming up, I just force it out of my mind. The whole thing has been pretty anxious. It's like a date, but on a whole new level. Like there's some formality to it. Better not mess this up. Oh, different jacket. It's a big night for myself and Olivia. In her place now, she sits beside me on the bed, hard at work finishing the painting. I hold her hand while she carefully brushes. On occasion, Olivia glances nervously at the clock. Each tick is another second possibly wasted. She's really working down to the wire. Not to say she'd let the deadline creep up on her, of course, quite the opposite. Every day after school until bedtime she's been working hard at it. Now it just needs finishing touches. She was so anxious today, just completely beside herself. Pestered me during lunch and started classes together about how she wants to finish it right away, to the point I had to talk her out of ditching class. She just for dragging me back to her place the split second class ended. Good thing I thought ahead and brought my formal clothes the night before. Brand new mauve blazer by Burber. Freshly tailored slacks, pressed to perfection, and a polished black leather dress boots. Give myself extra height. Tiny errant fleck of paint jumps off the cans beside me. Each one gives me a mini heart attack. She told me not to, but I can probably sneak a glance at the corner of my sunglasses. Try to get a peek, however. A claw gently flicks my cheek, followed by a little growl. No peeking. Man, you said me need her support and I can't even see it. No peek, just sit. Sit and watch peek fiction. Oops. She gestures to the TV set. She gestures to the TV she set up to play Manic as background noise. Think you finished in time? Absolutely. Careful not to wear out your fingies. I can make it. Just need you here. Just being near her was enough as support. Her tail would slither its way to me. It, along with Guts, occupied my lap, and my actual support became evident as my hand ran over both scale and fur, eliciting cooing noises of comfort from my girlfriend and her pet. Really, I felt more like a glorified pet sitter watching over the oddest friendship between a snake and a rat. But it was part of the process for this, so I obliged, content to wait to see Iadakin's tribute in time. Plus, Olivia really did have good taste in shows. A little disappointed I won't get to finish this one tonight. Alas, more important matters. I think it's ready, as she holds up a finger to my lips, praising her work. Scanning for any minute flaw. This is it. Can I see? Not yet. Needs to dry. But I need to wash out from my big date. She holds out her arms, absolutely splattered with purples and blues. And get changed. Scram. Out. I'm being kicked out to the street, no longer useful. Darn right, go mingle with the plebs for a while. Squeeze her hand, get up from the bed. Come on, I want to show you my dress. Alright. Zoom. Tis the season to be jolly, and the Payne's place lives up to the saying. From roof to floor, the house is decked out for the holidays, completely changing its atmosphere. Warm, nostalgic, inviting, comforting. Even outside, the house is adorned with an array of colourful Christmas lights. Long, lady. The rest of the Paynes and Liz are lounging in the living room. Hey, go. Is it true you ordered a... Special price for her. Bye-bye. Thanks again for covering most of it, Ingo. It's pretty exciting to get one of those. Yeah, she's gonna love it. Kinda feel that we should have pitched in more. Don't worry about it. My idea, after all. Nice jacket, by the way. Thank you. Just then, Jamie Damien takes a seat right next to Liz, casually slinging an arm around her. Yipe! Damien looks my way with flickering eyebrows and a smug, toothy grin. He knows he's won. A suave looks like that. I should keep him in mind to use on Olivia. Sophia looks like she's about ready to burst with excitement, can't hold it any longer. The little boy's all grown up to be a man. Mom. Now, son, every parent's God-given right. These their kids. One day you'll be doing the same with yours. You guys are going to be like this all night? Where's Vinny when you need him? And when your little brother being left out having some fun tonight, so he's having a big sleepover with his karate team. And let's be fair, not going to risk that rascal accidentally making a mess of anyone's outfits before their big night. Much love the little guy. Last thing I want is acid damaging my evening gown. You know, think I'm coming down something with a I'll stop at you. The next couple of minutes, we simply relax and wait for Olivia. Well, Damien and I relax. With the way he has his arm around Liz's waist, a blush begins to steadily grow from her cheeks and down her neck. That's a lot of blush. Kinda reminds me of an upside down thermometer. Dude, come on! That's rude as fuck, bro. Excuse me. Damien sketches her close to him and uses his other hand to guide a flustered face towards us. Leans in and seemingly whispers something in her ear. Whoever it is that he said makes the Lizometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. His parents are grinning from ear to ear as she squirms at their gaze. Despite the embarrassment raging off her like a fireplace, I don't feel too bad for her. Pretty sure this is what she wants. But what the heck did he say to her? More so, is he doing it on purpose? Yes. Why are we all looking at the giant licorice whip? Scratchy voice draws my attention, turn to see. I'm genuinely floored. The dress, the accessories, the makeup. Elegance springs to mind. Regal, too. What escapes my lip is beautiful. Others are also complimenting her, but she pays them no mind. Looking only at me as I am at her. Bashfully, Olivia looks away, and I clear my throat. My cheeks feel exceptionally warm, and Olivia is practically aglow. Ow. My bones. Look beautiful, Olivia. Thanks, Uncle. And Sophia helped with the dress. Thrills her chair about, allowing me to take her in from all angles. Please, Olivia, you worked in that dress too. Only with a fitting auntie. Her twirling fairly stops, she can bring her chair close to me. Find myself on one knee, hands and arms helping to ease her from the wheelchair and onto the couch. It's been second nature for after a while. With Olivia settled nicely there, I retake my spot just beside her. Satin gloved hand finds its place on my palm. Olivia's head leans lightly against my shoulder. I feel as though my face is aflame with heat. I don't mind it as the girl beside me presses closer. Now, don't get cozy, you two. The rate of the farmer should be getting here any minute. Olivia's head leaves my shoulder so she could look up to Sophia. Are we taking Liz's car? I wouldn't mind, but please close? Nah. Uncle thought of a better idea. We all pitched in though. Olivia's looking at me now, squinting ever so slightly with scrutiny. What'd you do? Well, honch. I did that. I heard there's a giant goose. Damien and Liz are all moving towards the door. Get up and take a hold of her wheelchair, stabilising it for her. And go, what? Night, Randy and Sophia. Have her home tomorrow morning. I go. Have fun, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Randy. Livy's head still turning wildly between us as I wheel her to the open front door. Itchy. Get her head finally stills. I'm sure her eyes are as wide as saucers. She sees what's parked in front of the house. Figured such a big night we deserve to ride in style. What about tomorrow morning, but we're going to hang at my place after. Is that why I'm missing my favourite PJs? The limousine driver is already at the passenger door, holding it open for us. Gently pushed the wheelchair towards the vehicle as she continues to stare at it in awestruck silence. Wow, alright, this is... If I may. You may. Carefully take the painting firm with both hands and place it against the back seat. Once Olivia's satisfied, it's her turn. She gets longer in every picture. Anyway. Well, looks even nicer than on the website. Thank you. Anniversary game, right? No. Throw Damien a thumbs up. It's all paid for, amigo. Little help from Liz, of course. Awesome. Damien's already pulled 2 glass bottles of cola from the tiny fridge. Oh, okay, it's just non-alcoholic, that's fine. Using his tooth like that was impressive, not gonna lie. Cracks open a second one with relative ease. Or you? Just as a bottle if I'd like one. Sure. Okay, if you don't spill it on the painting. If even a drop lands on it, I'll murder you. I'll murder roll you. Yeah, of course. Can I see it? No. No one lays eyes on it until we set up in the memorial room. I promised myself that. Made the paint without even looking at it? She did. Wow. Shut up, both of you. I lean back into the plush seating, let my arm rest gently over Olivia's shoulders. She leans her head into my shoulder in response, a low coo escaping from her mouth. The skyline of Vol Caldera is painted in an evening glow as we relax to the low rumbling of asphalt and rubber. Christmas lights dance and flicker across the face of the buildings, turning what would normally be a bland colour palette into something much more vibrant. All right there, we share drinks and stories of the past semester. It's like the party's already started. Yeah, they got a big name disc jockey this year. Can't wait to dance. Didn't check out the buffet they've been posting about on the school site. I didn't know you checked that. Special occasion. They got everything tonight, man. You name it. Burgers, pasta, steak, tacos, cakes, some of those yummy leaves for Liz. I'm glad you thought of me. I'll be gunning for the buffet room first thing. You guys will be joining us for dinner tonight, right? Maybe, but first, I want to get this painting display as soon as possible. Thanks for helping me do this, Uncle. I smile and squeeze Olivia's hand. She squeezes back. Dots. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport. And the shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, drawing the attention of the crowd, who wait for another minute or so in anticipation before the passenger door opens wide. Oops. Taking initiative, I step out into the open as the driver sets up the wheelchair with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece and actually draws the attention of everyone nearby as I ease Olivia into her chair gently. Is that Inko and Olivia? Her dress looks amazing. Man comes with a whole ass limo to get here, and I can hear my beat up wagon. Olivia's smiling nervously as she carefully removes the painting from the back seat. I forget that sometimes not everyone is so acclimated to this sort of attention. Have a good evening, sirs and madams. Thank the driver for making her way to our entrance. A decorative red carpet stretches from the driveway and right down to the venue, giving our walk inside a sense of glamour. We approach the sign-in table with a sizable line of other partygoers look our way. Figures. Oh, I'm an organizer. With the painting for the memorial, you are too. What does that mean? Means we can waltz right in. Sweet. Circumnavigating the line, we see a familiar blue dino handling the sign and looking exceptionally exhausted. Though he smells as usual when he sees us, his shifting eyes and rapid finger tapping indicate otherwise. Hey guys, you made it, and in a limo no less. Gotta travel in style. Couldn't agree more. Ben makes eye contact with Olivia. It's nice to see you up and about again, Olivia. I didn't mean like that. Ben? The tired teen double takes, clearly surprised that Olivia actually replied to them. Damien takes this moment to scribble in a bit of cardboard Ben was holding. Alright, we signed in. Come on, Liz. Oh dear. Seeing you guys in a woo-hoo! Ben clears his throat, as though to dislodge the shock clogging his airway from Olivia speaking to him for once. How have you been? Olivia scans him over briefly. Holding together okay. Feel like making this has really helped. Would have liked for Mr. Iadakin to say this, but her slight motions to the frame she's clutching tightly to. A heavy breath escapes Ben as his shoulders sag. Yeah, aye. He sucks back in at the breath, squaring his shoulders. I'm sure he's happy with it already, Olivia. My date looks down to her lap, eyes tight shut. But she has a soft smile and nods. Gotta keep the line moving, don't want to keep everyone waiting out in the cold. Right. Ben hands a clipboard along with the pen. Olivia and I sign it and hand it back to Ben. Great, you're all set. Thanks, Ben. Enjoy the night. I offer Ben a slight wave as Olivia and I continue forward. The model room's probably one of the side halls. They should have given us a map. Won't be that hard to find. Olivia smirks as I take the head, letting her hold the covered art piece closely. Just as I predicted, the memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit with little furniture. On the far end is a framed picture of Iadakin, and some of his old pictures from his classroom. Some from him, some from his students. There are a few students here paying their respects. Olivia taps my wrist with her tail and I let go. Walk alongside her as we approach the portrait. I wonder when this was taken. Can't have been that long ago. Looks like it did. Earlier this year. Olivia slowly rolls up to the memorial, still clutching the covered art piece. Is there an easel around or something? I was told there'd be one. Oh. There's an adjustable hanger on the wall with bits to attach the painting hanging in a little baggie. Well, they thought of everything. Yeah. You put the hangers on, I'll hold it steady. Sure. I get the baggie, and Olivia stands the painting on her legs. Right. Taking the cover off gently. Olivia watches carefully as I lift the cover from this angle. Can't make anything out of the same blues and purples. She breathes a sigh of relief when she sees nothing got damaged in the trip over. Okay, I fasten the hangers to the back of the wooden structure. Hope it's good enough. It will be. Done. Olivia gently raises the painting carefully, hanging it up on the wall like it'd come off in any second. Finally, we both back away, and the finished painting is revealed to me. My hand clasps Olivia's shoulder in support. Olivia's head's turned down towards the floor for a few moments before a smile curls on her face. Finally, I can appraise the painting fully. Ooh, that's pretty. It's definitely the fountain, as well as the park we found it at. But its colours are brilliant, exuding a heat to it with warmer colours than Olivia used in the past. Where her previous work had always had a dreamlike quality to them, this one brings warmth of the sun to mind. As if you were basking under the sun's light during the summer. Yeah, it's really pretty. Well, do you like it? Do you? I do. I'm proud of it. I was going to say something about how my opinion wouldn't matter if you did, but that's a better answer. I'm also proud of it. It's beautiful. You knocked it completely out of the park. I think we did. We? Yeah, without you, don't really know if I could have finished it. Silvery grey irises turn from the new painting and focus entirely on the portrait at the centre of the display. With the sounds of the dancer still in the background, the pervading silence within the room overshadows it. Olivia's gloved hand covers mine, still on her shoulder. Standing before our teacher's memorial, I bow my head and offer quiet thoughts. Thanking him for teaching me. For being more than just a teacher but a friend. And for looking after the girl I fell in love with. When my eyes open, I see that Olivia's head is still bowed forward. Single drop, it seeps from the corner of her eye. Gently wipe away with my thumb before it can possibly drip down onto her dress. She smiles in gratitude after, and her eyes reopen. Olivia? I'm okay. Automatically following her as she spins her chair around, Olivia faces towards the doors. Come on, gotta get to the buffet. Why, I'm surely having it. Damon's gonna steal all the good stuff, duh. Damn it, Damien! Turns her eye, smile my way, and speeds up her wheeling. But I doubt Damien could. But I can imagine him trying. Olivia becomes a veritable plough, uncaring for other partygoers as she leads us into the buffet. Not too far, thankfully no one ended up actually being run down by her. And for all the sour looks she was receiving, Olivia didn't care. Her attention was focused solely on what lay before her. Food. The cafeteria isn't far away. Tables line the area, some for seating and others containing nothing but food. Smells good. I've already grabbed a pair of trays from nearby, along with 2 sets of utensils. Olivia motions to take her seat, but I shake my head. Let me handle the food. Why? So you can actually move. You'll be putting your dress at risk trying to hold the tray and keep up with the line. With all of her eye and a sigh, Olivia's hand drops back to her armrest. Fine. Olivia drew herself just outside the line, scooping out the particular dishes she wanted. Scoping. By the time I got to the end, Olivia's tray was covered in heaps of grilled meat, sliding a more eclectic sampling of dishes. I want to savour my meal, as opposed to Olivia's plan to devour hers. She holds her meals while I push her ahead to hunt down a table. Thankfully, the search is short as a peculiar red hand waves us in near the distance. Once we get situated at the table, Damon greets us with a sauce-stained grin, while Liz nurses a tall glass of ice water beside him. The two looked happy yet exhausted. Having fun? You know it. Just stopped by for seconds. Must have moved in easy. Seconds? Already? I told you, if you got here any later, the cafeteria would have closed. I'm going to question how you eat so much and still move around the way you do on the dance floor. It's all in the method. Now please. You two plan on hitting the floor? Absolutely. Get a dance night out of this guy. You say that as if I'd even consider turning you down. Damien's eyes closed for a moment and thought. Feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, you're painting. Did it say up okay? Yeah, hung up in the memorial room. You can go see it now. Really? Hold on. Take your girlfriend to see it too, dumbass. Looks really good. Thanks. All the words finally said, Livy and I start our meals. While I savour the tender meat of my steak, the deep vibrato reverberates in my ribcage. See you're all enjoying the evening? Ah, the big fella. Turn to see Liz's uncle approaching. Damon smells and waves, but I notice how he's scooted his chair away from Liz. The older man finally reaches us, pulls up a chair to sit down. Yeah, Damon's been so sweet, Uncle Mike. Mustachioed whale nods, smiling at Liz's date. Yeah, totally. Just nothing but fun, Mr. Ferris, sir. It's the first time I've heard a fake laugh from Damien. Didn't know you'd be chaperoning, Mr. Ferris. Well, of course I would be. After all, it's my darling niece's first proper date. Starting to feel bad for Damien as I watch him sink lower in his seat. Though Liz doesn't come to his rescue. Uncle Mike! Well, the man laughs as he fends off his niece's attempt to headbutt him with his massive hands. I'm not being serious, Elizabeth. Mind your head. Liz relents, scooting herself right next to her date, wrapping him in a hug. Damien splutters and looks between the two family members. By the way, Olivia, visited the memorial and Mrs. I visited the memorial with Mrs. Scaler. Miss Scaler. We saw your latest piece. Olivia pauses on the last bite of mallard. It's quite a work, Miss Alford. Olivia still reaches up and giddishly shakes my hand around. Thank you, Mr. Ferris. In fact, when your principal saw it, she immediately wanted to showcase it in St. Hammond's Gala. Specifically where Dreamscape once was. Oh. It's your painting, so it's up to you. I figured I'd come and let you know, before you try and take it later tonight. Olivia ponders with her fork. While her fork spears at a particularly slippy piece of greasy bird. I really don't like that sentence. Greasy bird? Ugh. I don't mind, but I'd like to take it with me when I graduate. Mr. Ferris nods, taking a small notebook from his pocket, writing some notes into it. Of course, Olivia. As a biscuit. I may spring for some when I get around to dinner. Try the roast duck as well, it's amazing. I think I will. Have a wonderful night, everyone. He's a nice jacket on. He starts to turn, stops, looks back at Damien, and stares. Damien nods his way. And with that, Mr. Ferris leaves us to our meals. I'm by no means a vast eater, but I managed to finish my own meal before Olivia finishes hers. Lean back in my chair, stretching my arms back. Across the ballroom, I see Ben heading behind the curtain on stage. Say that reminds me. Olivia. Finish what's in your mouth. What? Has Ben talked with you recently? No, I saw him earlier. The first time I talked to him in years. Weird. Was weird about it. Told me weeks ago I wanted to apologise to you for everything. Said he should tell you himself in person. He said he would, and it hasn't happened. Maybe I forgot. He has been very busy recently. Yeah, we got some time, right? Why not go say hi? Olivia finished the last rib of her plate, gnawing at it as she calculates the decision internally. Alright, I guess. If you think it's a good idea, you guys go ahead. I'm about ready to get back to breaking it down. What about you, Liz? Don't want to tire you out. I can go for a bit longer, yeah. We're at a party the night away. I collect our plates and quickly walk them to the collection spot for them. Olivia is moved to the side, freeing the table for another group to take it. Taking your chair's handlebars, take us around the dance floor. You can clearly see Liz as we pass it, but Damie is hidden by the press of bodies. Her face and neck are once again scarlet. I wonder what Damien's doing to elicit that kind of look from her. Once we pass the crowded area of the room, I see a solitary set of double doors at the stage's side. This must lead to the backstage area then. Should be back here. Only one way to find out though. Exploring! Livy's hand grasps the door handle and I draw her chair back to open it. Reaching over her, I keep the door open so she can wheel herself in, following right after her. Inside the backstage area, it's a lot quieter. Despite the DJ blasting music just a few yards away, the curtains must be thick. Well, the speakers aren't facing us anymore either. A few lights are on so the staff can see, though barely anyone's around at the moment. Across the way, sitting in a crate, swirling a glass of soda to himself, is Ben. Doesn't notice her approach and jumps a little when he sees the two of us. What are you two doing back here? Place is off limits. Liv and I want to say hey, check in on you. Oh, hey, place is off limits right now. I'm on the only break I get all night. You said you and Olivia want to see me? I don't want to hold a grudge anymore. What? Puts his cup down, suddenly more attentive. That's surprising. I told her about our conversation from a month ago. Said you never went to see her, so I got curious. Yeah, I did say I would, didn't I? I've been busy. Let me gather my thoughts. Ben runs his hand through his hair, thinking of how strings work together. Olivia, I'm sorry, but all those years ago, I thought I was doing something to help you out. Instead, I pushed us apart and hurt you. Made you doubt yourself, made you feel cornered so you felt you had no choice but to shut everyone else out. I didn't know how it would affect you that much, and I've been regretting it for years. I'm sorry. Beyond the muffled beats of music playing beyond the curtain, a silence hangs in the air. Thanks, Ben. Means a lot to hear that from you. Still want to ask, why? Why? Why'd you do it to begin with? Ben flinches and looks aside in hesitation. I felt bad for you. I wanted to do something nice. And? Nah, no and. That's it. Dang. Sorry if the answer isn't satisfying. That's fine. Not sure what I was expecting either way. I just know that it's well past time to forget about all of that. Can we be friends again? One step at a time. Okay. Maybe sometime in the future. It's a lot of process, even this conversation happening for me. I get you. Thought we'd never be able to just talk it out like this. Yeah. Hear the steady march of heels approaching. I get worried for a second that it's the staff here to kick us out, but it's just me. There you are. Good Lord, Ben, I've been looking everywhere for you. You've been lazing here the whole time. I'm looking like a chump with no date. I told you already if you want your... him. Oh, you two. Mia. Not still mad about that, don't be stupid. As far as we're concerned, it's water under the bridge. Have you been making new pictures lately, Olivia? Just finished a new one, hanging in the memorial room. I saw it. Looks good. Hey, I got mine didn't look like that. I'm joking. I haven't got a chance, unfortunately. I haven't gotten a chance, unfortunately. Oh, it's great. I can hardly put it into words. It's a piece by Olivia, that goes without saying. An odd air of calm was settles in on us as we just stand here in the low lighting of the backstage area. Even Mia seems to have fallen into its grasp as she leans against the box Ben is sitting on nonchalantly. One semester left. Yep. Then we're into the real world. Are we all cool with each other? Sure. Stay out my way and I'll stay out of yours. Deal? Deal. Great. We can cross this finish line without without incident. You want to graduate without any more antagonism? That's always what I've wanted. Just other crap makes it the only option. I don't get it. I don't expect it to. Ben chugs the last of his drink. This was nice, truly. Yeah, alright. Let's get going. Right, Olivia? You guys enjoy your night. Thanks. Seeing you guys. See you, Ben. Ciao. Push Olivia out of the backstage into the bright, loud ballroom again. That went pretty good. Honestly, I still, for obvious reasons, dislike that any of my friends are around me, but what can you do? Still, life is. I've got the people I've got, and that's what matters. My chain of thought is broken by Olivia's tail tugging hard on my wrist. Olivia? You okay? She doesn't respond verbally, simply pointing where her shocked eyes are staring. Follow her gaze and I see... Is that Mr. Ferris? Couldn't be. Then again, he's the only whale in attendance. Am I seeing things? Nope. Can't turn my eyes away to see Damien and Liz. Mr. Ferris is busting it down extremely hard. Like genuinely worried for the dance floor hard. How's that even possible? Uncle Mike's actually an avid dancer. There's avid dancer and there's bringing that amount of heat to the floor. Did he always know how to do that? No, actually, the first time I've ever seen him dance like this. Crowd around Mr. Ferris has finally broken their silence, cheering him on as he thrashes the dance floor like crazy. Ah, I see now. Mr. Ferris finally got some swag. Can't help but feel some pride as I watch the older gentleman spin with reckless abandon on his head. Oh, I guess he's boom. Mr. Ferris pants and takes a knee, showing off his freaky whale teeth with his gaping smile. That was exhilarating. Liz's head vanishes for a split second and returns with a full pitcher of water. He accepts the pitcher, drinking it greedily from it like it was a mug. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That was awesome. You gotta teach me. Gladly. No, not anytime soon. He practically collapsed in the chair beside us, sipping from the pitcher some more. Why don't you all take my spot? There's a sizable opening in the floor, after all. Literally? Or... I don't actually did drink. Pause. So he did. Our peers are still in the middle of uploading their phone recordings to Mr. Ferris. And the music's still pumping. Once I start wheeling Olivia to the floor, her shock vanishes completely, and switches to excitement. Damien and Liz aren't too far behind. Soon enough, we gather among the throng of seniors dancing to the fast pulse of the music. I feel myself completely captured by it, most of my limbs flowing with the rhythm. Though in one arm, I keep Olivia's chair, causing her also to fall into my rhythm. We dance together like that, Olivia's arms and tail moving together with the sway of her wheelchair, while I dance alongside her. After the song, that's the only measure of time I feel left. That's all I care to do is move beside Olivia. Sharing her overwhelming cheer, she moves beside me. I don't know that I read that properly. At a certain point, my throat's too dry to ignore. Olivia caught me rubbing my throat and decided it was a good time to break for soda. We were sat in the outskirts of the dance floor, resting against each other and catching our breath. Good night so far? Yeah, absolutely. Probably the best of my life. Wow. Of our life? My thoughts go back to the parties I had gone to. We've been dancing, talking, lots of people. Would I care tonight to all of those small house parties? Too much? Nah, I think you're right. One of the best nights of my life too. I've got to do just about everything else open. Everything? My chin rests atop her chair. Sweet scent of her shampoo concentrated in her tiny bun further relaxed me. Livy's hand clings tightly to mine, and I reciprocate. You? Almost. There's just one thing. Slow dance time. The pop music dies down and the lights start to dim, signalling the start of the slow dancing. After that, the party's going to be over. I feel her head turn, her bun pushing against my cheek, making me pull away. Olivia looks wistfully towards the dance floor, where the crowd diminished to only couples swaying gently to and fro. Clearly thinking about something. Something, right. Stand up and face her, taking both hands. Olivia? Like to dance? Yes. Yes, please. It had to be perfect. Olivia practically jumps back into her wheelchair from her seat. Come on, come on. They're only playing these few sappy tracks. Taylor drags me by the arm to an open spot on the floor. How are we going to do this? That's just adorable. A hum of mirth slips through Olivia's smile as she takes my hands in her own and takes the lead of her dance. My date sways side to side within her chair, slowly falling into the gentle rhythm of the romantic music. Her grin grows wider as I match her pace, stepping left and right in tandem with Olivia. Her beautiful silver eyes are almost hypnotic, so I find myself lost in them. I feel as though I could linger in this moment for the rest of my life. It's Olivia's voice that dispels the trance she had over me. So, the brief of the moment I hear worry in her tone. This is good, right? I present her with my most reassuring look. Absolutely, Olivia. Olivia's eyes turned downward. Yeah, but there's still hesitance in her voice. My fingers squeezed lightly to draw her eyes back to me. What's wrong? I've been practicing just for this. Yeah? I've been thinking about it a whole lot too. It's been bothering me that I can't really dance, you know. It's perfectly fine though, Olivia. I mean, I want us to be the best it can be without letting my dumb condition get in the way. And you do too, right? Except I don't mind one bit. Can't dance like everyone else, so what? We're still dancing. Olivia smiles, though it carries a hint of mischief. I wish I could hide the text box. I want to show you something. She breaks away from my embrace. What? Keep your eyes on me. I'm exhausted. I'm thrilled. And I love her. She went so far just for me. No, just for us. I'm thankful I have these glasses. I feel the pricks of tears in the corner of my eyes. The final song ends, the lights brighten once more. The crowd around us shift. Some people are leaving, probably to go home now, but others take their place, looking towards the stage for whatever ending ceremony there might be. Ben approaches the mic stand on stage, leaning into the microphone after making sure it's turned on. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming tonight to the annual St. Hammond's Winter Formal. And a huge thanks to our student council team for putting this whole thing together. I hope everyone here made some memories they'll treasure forever. With that last dance, our time here is up, and you're all free to go. Good night, stay safe, and enjoy your winter break. We're seeing you all next year. He waves once more and returns backstage. Some students still start milling out towards their doors to their cars. Damien and Liz find us through the crowd. It was amazing out there. Thanks. You guys ready to bail? Yeah, limo's out front still. We got 'em till midnight. Heck, we can stop somewhere too if we wanted. Nah, like ice cream? In this weather. In any weather. Olivia? I'm steaming hot, and I could like a root beer float. Sounds like a plan. Liv still trembles from overexertion, but still snakes around my wrist as always. She huddles to herself as we leave behind the Grand Con Centre and out into the freezing air of the city. True to my word, the limo waits just outside in the walkway. The driver gets out seeing us and goes to open the door for us. Damien and Liz hop in, sighing relief at the heated seating. I start helping Olivia in. Just like her tail, her legs are quaking from exhaustion. as I help her to make the jump from chair to the seat. We all collapsed in the cosy seat, the euphoria from the dances finally wearing off and leaving us with just the exertions of them. It's a pleasant soreness though, as Olivia rests against me with a yawn and a tired smile. Damien hands out the last bottles of blissfully cold soda, which we nurse slowly. And now, all that awaits us is a calm evening with my friends. Once more, my head lays atop Olivia's, feeling her soft hair tickling my cheek pleasantly. She nuzzles back against me, her eyes slowly closing. Tonight definitely was the best night of my life. Wait, wasn't I supposed to give a speech? What? There's fellas supposed to be speeches for Ian Dakin. Ben was going to do one. I had something ready. Yeah, what gives? We are trying to argue for the extra time with the venue owners for it. They wouldn't budge, so we had to cut the rest from the formal short. Check my phone. 9:53, huh? Something up? Maybe. We all got dismissed anyway. You guys can go check it out if you want. I'll chill here. Should we? Olivia looks back to the entrance. Some people are still leaving, but I can see most are still inside, probably waiting for the ride since the formal ended early. Yeah, I'm curious. Alright. Don't start driving yet. Sorry. We're going to be a little while. Forgot something. Of course, we'll be right here. Thanks. Liv and I get back into the chair and I push her back through the cold into the con centre. Inside, my classmates are standing awkwardly and calling their folks. Guess we'll have to find Ben again. Alright, backstage. Let's check. As we pass through the crowd, the principal takes the stage. Mic isn't turned on. She annoyedly gestures to have it turned on and tries again. Because as we're having some technical difficulties at the moment, we should have one final event tonight. Our apologies for the confusion. Please wait while we get things organised. She's definitely annoyed at something. Something's up. Nobody's looking. We slip back into the staff-only door. Where would Ben be? He's not back in the main stage area. There's a few other workers walking around, dragging dining room chairs and to neat snacks. They don't sound in mind, however. Best not to push your luck and ask them where Ben is. Maybe alright to left? Doesn't sound like him. Well, where else? Number of storage rooms, but no dice either. Just about to give up. Olivia points at one last door in the back. Like the memorial room. Only far in the back. There's a few tables in the fridge. Must be the lounge. It's occupied already. Thankfully we found Ben. It seems he's been accosted by Mia. Doesn't seem like she's noticed as she looms over Ben. It's unbelievable. I really don't ask much of you. Could you, at the bare minimum, not be a jumpy spaz in front of my friends? Sorry. You better read. Tonight was important. You nearly ruined it. Mia, I'm sorry. I've been trying my best. You know I can't help it. Listen, I've been good like you wanted. Please, I need my whoop. Mia holds her finger at Ben's mouth. She jerks her head. She jerks her head her way to direct a silent threat of violence at us. People are listening. What are you two retards doing eavesdropping like that? Hey Mia, we're looking for Ben. Oh my, why? Clearly it's not a good time. In fact, you picked a very bad one. Show's over, scram. As I was saying, Mia, please, I need... Shush. How much longer are you holding it? You promised. I said shush, I'm serious. Holding? What are you keeping from him? I waited like you wanted. You said you would. You know what? We should talk about this on the way home. Come on now. Mia, it's over. It's been a whole month. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. Please, I feel... Shut up already. I don't think I like where this is going. What did you do? Nothing that concerns you, wheelie bint. I'm not going to laugh at that. I am not laughing. Come on, Ben. Shuttles him by her chest and starts walking out the door. Naturally, we follow. Oh my god, I'm going to kill both of you. That would get to stay at each other's way, Do you want a kick to the face? He said Ben would regret not throwing Olivia under the bus. Fuck off. Ben, you okay? Do we need to get security? You're not doing that if you know what's good for you. She quickens her pace, stumbling across the floor while Ben is struggling to keep up. We're about halfway across the backstage. No, Olivia, no. Don't do that. She needs something. She promised. Everything is okay. You look at about to have a heart attack. I'm fine. I just need the... You shouldn't be talking right now. We're going home. We can talk about it then. Ben can't keep up and with Mia and Trips. Fucking idiot. Get up, get up. Yeah, we should get security. Like hell you are. Fuck, I'm surrounded by idiots. Mia, I can't wait longer. Please. I need it to be normal. Shut up, you idiot. Oh shit. Ben lies still on the floor. Mia's fist frozen when it made contact. She pulls back and stares between it and us. She knows it was a mistake. Her low impulse control finally got the better of her. Ben shudders on the ground. His glasses lie snapped in two parts, and he fruitlessly tries sticking them together like jigsaw pieces. Are you alright? You know I didn't mean that, okay? My glasses. Let's get out of here. No one can see you like this, right? No one. Two of you, if you ever tell people what you saw here, I will personally. Ben! Scalar opens the curtain. Right where we're at. Lit up by the spotlight aimed at that spot. Goodness gracious, I'm looking everywhere for you. Where have you been? Did you forget about the memorial? Mrs. Scalar, no excuses, get out of here. She grabs Ben by the shoulder and yanks him through the curtain. Now we can get... Still a sizable crowd. Any murmurs clear out into dead silence as everyone gawks. Fuck. Scalar jerks her head back to the gap in the curtain. She rips wide open. We expose to the bright stage lights. Scalar rips her gaze between Olivia and myself, the broken glasses, and then the person trying to hide them. Mia. She's caught like a deer in the headlights. Ben's fresh wound is bleeding bright red and drips to the floor below. When he whimpers in pain, Mrs. Scalar finally looks back at him and fully takes in his condition. The droplet spatter is deafening. The audience's eyes are Mia. Mia, you mad? Ben, you stay there, I'll get you some help, okay? He simply whimpers more as our principal practically leaps off the stage to search for someone. 1,000 calculations run through her. Judging by her worst and drained expression, none of them are good. There are murmurs in the crowd. Her peers talking amongst one another, pointing and questioning. Slowly the low din of words grows louder, voices raising as their words are turned towards the stage. You okay? With blood. What did she? Of course she did that. It's her problem. Finally questions turn to accusations, all directed at the Red Dino. So cruel. Uncalled for. A total bitch. Fucking abusive. Word clicks with... Right, so... This is a very serious moment. I will say, domestic abuse in any circumstance is not in any way justified. I kind of thought he had a cock cage on to begin with. Just the way that was going, it seemed like a... Never mind. I thought there was an S&M thing going on, but it turns out it's just bad. The word clicks with her. She starts to move. Ben, I can't do this anymore. She starts yelling, loud enough it carries to the other end of the room. What? I can't take this abuse anymore. Just look at me. You made me like this. All those years, making me put up this act, doing your dirty work, harassing all the students you didn't want to deal with. Do you think I want to hurt people? I thought you loved me. I don't want to do your dirty work. I can't do it. All of this. Because you can't have people knowing about your condition. Mia, no, please. Mia yanks an orange bottle from her purse. The rest of the colour drains from Ben's face. He falls to his knees. Mia, please. You're a fucking psycho. I don't want these anymore. You're a liar and you've ruined my life enough. Throws a bottle at the floor. Contents scatter in 100 directions all across the floor. Ben doubles over, covering his mouth. Now everyone else knows. Mia has tears streaming down her face. She starts towards the exit. Ben's on antipsychotics. No way. That's a bunch of bull. And what are the pills? Bottle rolls over to me. Don't know why, but I pick it up. Can't pronounce what's supposed to be inside, but can read Ben's name printed clearly on the label. They are antipsychotics. That's it. That's horrible. Ben had betrayed her when he didn't do her bidding. She had to tighten his leash by keeping it from him to remind him who's in charge and keep him from making the same mistake again. Mia, I love you, don't get away from me, you freak. I'll do anything. He reaches out for her. Mia. Mia ignores him. The floor vibrates with the unmistakable sound of Ferris lumbering over. In spite of his size, the massive older man cuts Mia off. Fuck. Believe we need to have a talk, Miss Moretti. He reaches out to take her by her shoulder. She ducks low, his grasp barely grazing her as she bolts past him towards the backstage door open. Like that, she's gone. Scalar returns to the stage with a first aid box in hand. She retakes the mic, her troubled words tumbling freely. Terribly sorry about all of that. We'd planned to have some eulogies in honour of Mr. Adakin, but... Scalar's slightly defeated at the commotion. And Ben? Where's Ben? Olivia tugs at my arm. She pointed off to the side, where Ben is sulking off into the hallway. Halford? Looks like you're the only one left. Would you like to say a thing or two? It's fine if you don't. Olivia looks to me. Her eyes are filled with determination, sending me a silent signal. Of course, Miss Scalar. I'll speak on behalf of Ben, too. Olivia looks pointedly at me, waving me off to go after Ben. Pardon me, sorry. Nodding, I take the medical box from our principal and follow our injured friend for he can escape from you. Will everyone going to say a few things about our old art teacher, Mr. Adakin? Walking after him, Olivia's words fill the now quiet hall. Mr. Adakin was more than an excellent instructor. I always saw him like a father figure of sorts, wanting to do right by me and by the rest of his students. I recall the time I spent with him, teaching me everything he knew, doing his best to guide me, not only as an artist, but as a person too. I got still caught up with my own worries that I couldn't see all the wonderful things around me, stuck with stupid walls I had erected, made from pity and self-loathing. And he had been the one to help me break free from those walls. He helped me become a better person because he believed in me just like he believed in all his students. Mr. Adakin believed in the best of people, and I finally realised what Mr. Adakin's life work was. Not painting, photo or sculpture. It was the students, helping us become better people. Mr. Adakin, thank you. You were a wonderful teacher. Ben sits on the ground in front of the memorial. He's not crying, but he's unresponsive. He's in shock, because I would be too. This has to be his worst case scenario. I see the first aid kit on the floor, and I buy him, and I sit as well. It goes unopened. Ben just stares at the painting on the wall. This is hers? Yeah. That's good. Hang on. Fish at the bottom of my pocket, a few remaining pills, clatter in it as I pass it over. Takes it and stares at the contents for downing the last dose. So, not going to talk about this and go, alright. With respect to Ben's wishes, I stay silent. Mr. Adakin smells down at us from his picture. She's been able to do something like this. Meanwhile, I'm just running around making things worse for myself. I look at the ignored first aid kit. He follows my glance and grimaces. Does it hurt? Feels better than what's inside. Probably only talking now because of adrenaline. I don't feel like crying anymore. I just feel empty or like throwing up. Now everyone knows. I tried, you know. In all the social classes, all the times I forced myself to be a better social person. I noticed how well you get along with everyone. I did everything right, but now it's all for nothing. I don't think they'll care. Will they? Tell me, do you see the same way after hearing the word psycho? Yes, because I have a history of knowing about mental illnesses and stuff. Read up about what it actually is. If you're worried about the old movies and stuff, it's sociopaths you're worried about. Even then, that, what I just said is an ignorant statement, so don't listen to me either. Aye, shut up, right? No, I feel I need to apologise for that one. Sociopathy is a mental illness, it is treatable, and it greatly affects people's lives. Okay? The one that people think about is psychopathy. And that's what Ben is being diagnosed with. That again, it's just down to sheer misunderstanding and uneducation in the field. Please be aware about it. If you're ever interested in it, read up about what it is and how it affects people's lives, because it is a incredibly difficult thing to live with. And I apologise for making an underhanded comment about sociopathy being a scary thing. So, anyway, moving on with the game, my apologies. Neither does anyone else, it's just natural. It can be the mildest thing in the world, but the label doesn't discriminate. Even with all the good impressions I've made over the years, I'm a threat. May as well just drop out and finish high school online. You're my friend still. And you're Olivia's friend. Am I? Given time. We just sit a while, staring at the painting. You know Little Trudon? Took Olivia there. She loved the place. Got herself some fancy Asian paints for us, for this. He nods. Earlier I told her there wasn't any big reason I did what I did. That was a lie. You look at her and instantly know her whole deal. For better or worse, she can't hide what's wrong with her. But someone like me, you have to be told. It means as long as I can hide it, I'm normal. If I ever seek help, it just outs me. That hurt. Seeing her actively refuse it, take it for granted, one thing just led to another. It was stupid. It's just how feelings are, Ben. That's my friend looking less tense now. About Mia. Don't want to talk about Mia. She's gone. She was always telling me when she graduated she'd get out of this dump. I was hoping she wouldn't. Hoping maybe she'd take me with her. How do you know she's gone? She's booking it across state lines as we speak. See? Ben shows a lock screen of his phone. Most recent messages from Mia. Sorry, I'm going. He sighs. 4 years. I loved her. He plays with the broken halves of his glasses he picked up. Said he didn't want to talk about it. I won't pry. So we just sit. Yadakin's warm smell seems a bit brighter from this sight, from his frame on the wall. Arnold would be happy with how everything turned out. I think he would. It was long and painful, but we finally made it. Became the people we aspired to be. Everything that's happened led up to here. Whether through resolving old grudges or finally escaping the horrid situation, things are changing. Once we leave the room, our new life starts. But for now, we can wait in transit just a bit. Ben's like me in a lot of ways. I remember seeing him earlier this year, effortlessly turning social disasters in his favour. I struggled to do anything without someone's approval or attention. Looks like he couldn't either, and Mia used that against him. Could I have ended up like that? I don't know, Ben's not exactly innocent there. Like mental abuse goes both ways. If Ben was making her, like she said there, she was saying that Ben was making her harass people. And that was what got her into all kinds of shit. Like, no, that's not. I don't know. I can't help but think Mia's just not entirely at fault. She's a cunt, but she's not entirely at fault. Still in there? Yeah. Ben notices I'm wanted. I'm not keeping you here. You can go. Gonna be alright? My ride home's gone. Need to call my family. I meant with everything else. I don't know. Probably not. I'll probably finish processing all this soon enough. But thanks for talking with me. Space with us. We can take you back. Stand up slowly. When Ben doesn't, hold my hand out to him. I roll my eyes and smile. Ben, I'm offering you help. He stares at my palm as though I'd pull it away any second. Ben's hand shakes as he holds it up towards me. He doesn't even attempt to grab my hand. So I grab his wrist and pull. Once more, Ben's on his feet now, thankfully more steady than when he walked here. Right, man, let's get you home. Nods and follows after me. Just before I exit the room, I look back one last time at our teacher. Mr. Yadakin, thank you for everything you've done. We exit the room and walk toward Olivia, who's waiting by the entrance of the convention centre. The rest of the place is in full clean-up mode. All the lights are on and staff are lugging around all the decorations to be stored away. When I reach her, I automatically take her handlebars and push her out of the building. Her head turns to Ben, eyes inspecting him thoroughly. How you feeling? His mouth moves to speak, but he stops. He shakes his head, keeps following. What flavour? Pardon? Flavour of ice cream. Don't ever remember get some on the way back. I think I'll get some sea salt caramel. Olivia sticks her tongue out in disgust. Why would you ruin ice cream like that? Hey, don't knock it till you try it. I know, try it. And then ask again. How about you, Ben? You know sea salt caramel is great, right? Fairly limo or driver's motion to open the door for us. And no, never had it. Motion for Ben to go in before us. As he does, Damon greets him like his usual enthusiastic self. Once more to help Olivia into the limo, and the driver storing her seat in the trunk. I finally lay myself in the luxurious seating. And go right to your place and drop you off if you'd rather, Ben. Looks at the window and back at the con centre. Told the thing to roll with us for the night, man. Alright, I appreciate it. Our limo slowly veers away from the convention centre and starts heading back towards the city. Livy's head leans on my shoulder. Her content bellowing reverberates through my chest all the way up, until we're in the ice cream drive-thru. In the end, all options were picked. Ben and Liz got some cones of frozen yogurt, while Damien chose an entire gallon of chocolate for himself, and Liz got herself a big old root beer float, and sampled my cone of sea salt caramel. While she acted like the icy dilly had personally insulted her, I saw my girlfriend gaze longingly at the tub of the shop's standing cooler. Our night continued for a while longer. The driver was more than happy to indulge us after a generous tip at the ice cream shop. We're driven around aimlessly, enjoying our ice cream and simply talking the night away about our winter break plans. As our Kerford draws near, Ben was the first to be dropped off. We said our goodbye to him, and smiled as we waved from our porch until we could no longer see him. Walls between him and Olivia seemed to finally be calming down. I'm hopeful they'll come around to each other. One next and final stop was my house. We're going to make the most of tonight after all, so we enjoying the rest of these gallons with some good shows. Giving our thanks to the driver, we entered my home and made ourselves at home. Stuffy clothes are ditched for comfortable pyjamas, where we settle in my living room with the whole floor covered by air mattress. Liz's neck takes up the entire couch. She can just lay her chin on Damien's shoulder. They'd fallen asleep like that within the first hour of anime marathon, leaving Livy and I in peace to snuggle up together. Her purring bellow rattled my ribs, but in a pleasant sort of way. Kind of like a massage, which I need based on how worn up my muscles feel. It's just occurred to me how inappropriate a joke it was that I made that I thought she had him in a... Right, anyway, I feel like I could just melt into her embrace right now. My eyelids grew heavy as my body felt blissfully at ease. But there was one last thing I had to do before I fell asleep. Olivia? Her bellows subside briefly. Yeah? Had a lot of fun tonight. Yeah, me too. She smiles at me, soft and inviting. Give her a smile and a soft kiss. She reciprocates with a similar kiss to my own. On my own grin. So I do the same again, as does she. Back and forth we try. We went trying to kiss the smile off each other's lips. A lot of smooches that I wanted to win, but my tiredness made it difficult. By the time my eyes refused to remain open, I admit my defeat gracefully. Love you, Olivia. Purring continues to realize Olivia's fallen asleep. Love you too. We draw close to each other one last time, embracing sleep like we embrace one another. Christmas Day. Tiny, tinny holiday tune plays from nearby radio as we work in the snow. Fresh white powdery rice crunches loudly underfoot, while our knitted mittens work to pile and compact heaps of fresh white powder. Not only compacted though, but sculpted. Vinny has a bright future ahead of him. He works studiously on Christmas monuments. Loud chatter of teeth drawing near. Must be Damien. Must be done collecting the sticks we need. Take a step back and look over 5 different piles of snow I've gathered from the yard. Vinny, got the arms here. Sweet, need some twigs. I can make her mouse just right too. Young boy finally stands and marches through the now muddy grass of the yard. Bro, Inky, you two start in the bodies. I'll make the heads. Damien salutes his brother's orders, and we start and finish Vinny's project before it gets too cold. While I'm fine with my new mittens and scarf, the brothers are nearly freezing themselves for Vinny's art, which at least motivates them to complete the 5 figures in the time it would take me to finish a single snowman. Originally, Vinny was begging me to make a snowman in his stead, but he got ahead of himself and ended up giving himself an artistic vision of a whole family of snow people modelled after the family. And he would have had to do it all himself, but Randy decided he had enough of all the yard-related tasks being delegated to me this season. At least we have the promise of lunch. Liv is hard at work in the kitchen. Never made a few snowmen in my day. Never snowed dinos. Tails are easy enough. What's not easy? Beaks. As powerful as Christmas magic is, it's no match for basic physics. Damien tries making a very tall one to resemble Liz, ends up crumpling under its own weight and falling right over on his face. After so long, I actually do manage to get the snoots right. Just a matter of how you pack it together. before long there's a nice little group of snow dinos. For each of the panes. Olivia's is special, sprawled out flat, like how she always lays in her bed. I see Olivia judging from the window. It's a playful glare. She knows I'm right, but demands satisfaction for the hazing. Hold on, it's not quite finished yet. Vinny quickly begins forming another frosty figure next to Snow Olivia. It's enough begins making a humanoid shape, while lacking any significant details. Inky, can I borrow your shades? Sure. Handing him my shade. Oh my god, I forgot I'm a faceless demon. Handing him my shades, little Dino presses the hinges straight into its head. There, now it's everyone. Ah, an Inksicle. I'll let Inksicle keep those for now. Ta-da! I think it's about time I head back inside. If your demon's frills might break off if we stay here any longer. Wave their brothers towards the door and they run ahead in search of warmth. For a moment I consider adding some finer dinosaur-related detailing. I don't want to keep Olivia waiting. Make my way inside, making sure to stomp the snow off my boots beforehand. By the time I see them, Damien and Vinny have already changed into dry clothes. Their jackets had worn, designer-made, and thoroughly insulated for cold, hung heavily on the coat rack nearby. I knew they'd be good gifts, especially for Vinny. I'll remind them how to clean his jackets later. The brothers sit on the couch, wrapped in down blankets and sipping hot chocolate way too quickly. I was thirsty. I was 30 seconds. How'd you get changed that fast? We're just trying to freeze to death as little as possible. Wasn't that bad, says the Agarthoid. It's not a slur, is it? In any case, I'd rather not get on the couch all wet, so I have to stand for now. At the very least, Damien gestures to the thermos of hot cocoa and spare mug on the coffee table. After yanking my new handmade mittens, I pour myself a cup and savour the heat as my fingers regain feeling. It's enough. The familiar sounds of rubber on hardwood signals Olivia's arrival. First thing she notices is the two Payne brothers clumped together on the couch. You do look like you're having fun. Yeah, did you see the snow guys we built? Made one that kinda looks like you. I saw. I'm flattered. Yeah, I just finished lunch. You hungry? I can smell ever since I entered. The smell of well-seared meat and veggies. Ever since she came over to visit that one time, I've been dying to try her cooking again. Absolutely. I think I'll stay here for now. Damien, I'm offering you food. No, sir, not getting out of this chair. Finn takes a cue from his elder brother and follows his example, crossing his arms, smugly holding his chin up in defiance. You guys suck. Olivia motions me towards the kitchen and take one last sip of cocoa before joining her. She ladles me a bowl, explaining all the intricacies of the special way she learned to make the soup from Sophia. Though she would never tell me the secret Payne seasoning that she used to further enhance the taste of all her cooking. Carefully set the bowls in a large tray, and the tray to Olivia, who sets it carefully across her armrests. Her meal set, Olivia's holler for food shakes the house to its foundation. Sophia and Random eat as I wheel Olivia into the living room. They're looking well rested from their afternoon nap. Thank you, Olivia. Looks fantastic. Olivia smells and sits... No, she smiles, she doesn't smell, she smiles, and sets the tray down on a coffee table so she can start passing bowls out one by one. With a flick of his tail, Vinny turns on the television, ready set to sports channel playing a hockey match. Randy takes a noisy slurp of his broth, licking his chops after. Tastes fantastic too. Enjoy the stew so we can have real Christmas treats. Real Christmas treats? When Olivia sees my confused look, she simply smiles and shakes her head. The rest of the Paynes look excited though, start voraciously slurping down the stew. Following their example, I abandon my spoon, take up the bowl, bring it to my lips. It's the right mixture of salty and spicy, the veggies meat creamy broth going down smoothly. As much as I want to savour my first sip, the others have already drank up most of the meal. So I too greedily slurp down my meal, till I can set down my empty bowl down on the serving tray in satisfaction. I really had the spot, Olivia. Looking around, Olivia isn't in the room anymore. Olivia? Yeah, for a moment. She's just fetching some things. I can only guess it's the treats, based on how Finney's vibrating the entire couch with excitement. Wouldn't be Christmas without these. Looking to be a tray filled with some kind of oddly shaped chocolates. Olivia wheels herself right next to me, so I take the tray from her armrest. She smells and gracefully tosses herself beside me on the couch. Looking down at the tray again, the treats look like a bunch of sticks held together by sugary coating. They're called haystacks, Inko. Try one, you'll love it. Pop smaller bundles into my mouth, chewing the sweet and salty homemade candy. marshmallows, butterscotch, and gourmet noodles. I hold up one of the uncovered sticks to inspect it. It's an old tradition, I'm surprised you don't know it, Uncle. Take a couple more and pass straight to Damien. They're quite delicious. Olivia plucks one of the pieces from my hand and pops it into her mouth, crunching the candy into oblivion. Just like the stew, its stray of haystacks is devoured rapidly too. Randy sinks further into his recliner, and his wife, drawing his wife into his lap with a surprised yelp from her. She shakes her head and settles beside him, looking over everyone else with a content smile. This is what the holidays are about. Candy? Family. About being the ones we love most, Vincent. The young boy considers her words, comes to his own conclusion. Well, I love candy, she should have more. He looks to Olivia, snorts at his logic. Make more later, okay? Sweet. Knowing there'll be more Christmas candy, the young dino's eyes focus on the hockey game playing. On screen, the hockey puck is finally hit into the net. The shot is replayed a couple of times from different angles, all while the professional commentators talk about the college teams. While they mainly focus on the players' game efforts, the commentators also highlight the players' plans and degrees. Which reminds me of what's to come soon. Going back to school next week. Don't remind me. It's the last semester before graduation. We're free to do whatever. College, jobs. Vinny will finally have a room to himself. And that's true. Once you guys go, it'll just be Vinny here to keep us company. All my kids are growing up. Don't worry, Ma. Way ahead of you. I'll fill my classes just for you. Not if you know what's good for you. Bah! Oops. Did I mute myself? No, I didn't. That's fine. Strange seeing this place quiet for once. It's been pretty lively this year. I have to enjoy it while it lasts. It's a whole 6 months before we even graduate, guys. Yeah. Plus, I still don't have any real plans yet. Skills Car will be bothering us for a while about applying to colleges starting now. Wait, you have no plans at all? Olivia shrugs. I know what I want to do, obviously, but compared to Liz, she has the next decade of her life planned out, maybe more. Liz just goes above and beyond. As for me, I don't really know either. Maybe college, but I'm open to other options. Guess it's a good thing we still got half a year still then. Yeah. Damien stands up with a sly grin, marching back to the tiny Christmas tree in the corner. All the gifts have been unwrapped, but some of the presents were still beneath it, awaiting the pains to make room in the house for them. He scoops up something and comes back to the couch. I see it's that new retro console. I still can't wrap my head around the concept. When you want a console from the latest generation? Yo, leave the future till the future. We gotta try all the presents. First game dibs. Can't stop my smile spreading, even I know Damien's only trying to change the subject. Someone nips my shoulder. What's up? Forgetting someone. Want to give Guts his Christmas breakfast. Olivia pushes herself to the edge of the couch seat. Before she can set her knees down on the floor, she pauses and turns my way. Could you help me? Yeah, you want a chair? Shakes her head. No, and then holds her arms out. Can feel my face here to comprehend what she really wants. You normally walk in her knees. Just do it. Rest of the family look amused as I slide one arm beneath her legs and the other around her back. Olivia further secures herself by wrapping her arm over my shoulder. Lifting her up slowly is becoming muscle memory. Though my gait to her room still feels awkward and wobbly. Olivia doesn't mind though, she smiles contentedly the entire time, and even after I nearly drop her into the bed. Once her tiny minion is properly fed his righteous Christmas feast, Olivia and I sit together in the bed and just hold each other. Hollering, rest of the family is thankfully muted by the walls. Finally have quiet time I know she's looking for. My hands caress her back, drawing a sweet, billowing purrs. She leans more and more against me. And with my face in her hair, I recall I still have something in my pocket for her. She pouts and nips my arm as I draw away from her. Let go, me, I got something for you. She grunts and releases her hostage. I pull a small box from my pocket, still neatly wrapped in shiny violet paper and topped with an emerald bow. She sits up and accepts the present, tilting an eyebrow. Why the wait? Could have given me this when we're open presents. This one's special. Go on, open it. It's a wizard cloak! Olivia carefully tears the wrapping off the box and lifts its cover. Inside a neatly folded sheet of cloth. When Olivia pinches it to bring it out, It folds into its true shape, a stylised tail brace meant for support and warmth. It only required commissioning Liz for the pattern, and Sophia just needed the material to put it together. Motion for her tail, which delicately sits in my hand. I noticed after a dance it really took a toll on you. For a few days your tail was scratched up and sore. You didn't want to use it for anything at all. Even now I can feel the muscles beneath her scales are still hot and tender. With all the care necessary, I slide the fashionable accessory over her tail. The elastic bands within are already working, distributing a comforting pressure across her entire tail, causing Olivia to coo happily as she reflexes further on her bed. So, won't be so rough on you next time. It takes a moment for Olivia to process my words. Her expression of contentment slowly changes to one of surprise and then a gentle smile. Next time? That'd be nice. The twitch of her cheek doesn't escape my sight. You okay? Yeah, just. Cheers her lip for a moment to think. Is it something bad? No, it's silly. Guess you feel, guilty for a second? Her fingers wring her blanket. Guilty? What for? It's at some point while I was making the foundation of the painting, I was resting when I remembered something. When I was a lot younger, I would occasionally go to these physical therapy appointments. There were some other kids like me, actually. Maybe 3 or 4 years old. One of them was able to get to waddle a bit with his tail. Almost everyone was excited he could manage that. But the other kid's tail was too short. He was stuck in all fours still. So it's a miracle. It's a miracle I even could do what I did. But it made me think. And I eventually found videos on someone dancing like that with her tail. Someone like me, Unlucky enough to have this issue. Lucky enough so I can still move around a bit on my own. Well, but the others like that boy. What do you think after seeing his dance? It's been on my mind ever since I started practicing. Olivia clears her throat and looks at me with sadness permeating from her moonshade eyes. This gave me the idea, but should I have? I feel like somehow I shouldn't have. I did it because I love you. It confuses me. What do those kids think? Do you ever see them again? She shakes her head. What about anyone else like you? What do they think? I don't know. Wouldn't any of them be happy to have what you have? So many of them can't ever do something like that. I guess, but still. This will sound dumb, but it feels like I'm somehow betraying something, or maybe insulting. I could only dance because I was able to use enough to use an appendage just long and strong enough to allow it. Guess I feel like I'm mocking them. I'm the luckiest unlucky person though, and I occasionally get a glimpse of normalcy. May as well not have been called disabled, such an outlier. I thought you didn't ever want to be. I know. Face falls the entire time. Her face falls and her entire maw trembles. Don't have any answer for her. How would I? She's not some strange exception case because a bunch of crazy variables. And that's not why I love her. She's Olivia. And I love her because she's Olivia. Olivia? Olivia. My hands set her tail down on her lap so they can cup one of her cheeks and tilt her head upward. Looking into those beautiful silver irises, my whispered words carry my honest feelings to her, for her to clearly hear. Hey, Guy, that's because I love you. No other reason. If you don't want to use it in any particular way, no one's making you, alright? Concern still in her eyes, her concern in her eyes still exists, but as her lips rise and her eyelids soften, I can see that sorrow sublimed by comforting love. Okay. She leans into my palm and sighs softly. Good enough reason for now. Olivia starts running her hand across her tail's garment. It's pretty. Thanks, it's tailor-made just for you. I like it a lot. Thanks. For the gift, for Ken being there for me, and Olivia's comments devolve into mumbling affectionate words about me as she pushes herself into my chest, wrapping her arms tightly around my body and her tail around my leg. I love you, Ingo. Love you too, Olivia. Drawing closer with my arms, bring my face into her hair as I cradle a girl against me. Eventually, we go show off Olivia's newest gift, but for now, she wants to be held, and I want to hold her. Come January, new semester starts. Final semester and a break Final semester and the break, and New Year provides. The final semester and the break and New Year provides a nice start to the end. Even Ben seemed to be bouncing back. Contrary to his fears, it was business as usual once the break ended. Sure, there's occasional rumour or whispering, but they were vastly overshadowed. Classes pass, the weather finally starts getting warmer again. Really felt like a victory lap compared to how turbulent the first half of the year. Olivia in particular decided she'd live here for too long without exploring much. So she got a new fire to see the city inside and out. We got to see it all. Art galleries, grand, luxurious malls, underground tunnel systems, local skate parks, just seeing everything in the city had to offer. We even went back to visit the arcade a few times. That brings us here. From a public school standpoint, I consider it our final destination. Not the last class, or the graduation itself, or even the after party Olivia and I had skipped to cuddle together at my place. I had something better in mind, something I'd always wanted to do since my folks moved here. Finally, I was able to make a plan and put it into action. Let's hatch back barrels down the freeway. Trunk is completely packed for a week-long trip ahead of us. Not driving though, location is shockingly close. Olivia holds my arm close, jittering a bit in anticipation. I've heard of this place, but I've never actually been. I have once. It was in elementary school, but it was a blast. Did you get to go surfing? No, I don't plan to. What about you, Inko? Here for hanging town? Maybe. I'd rather avoid burial at sea. That actually does scare me a bit. Worse. Mentioned we got to explore everything the city had to offer. Wasn't exactly true. There was one place I'd been avoiding having to mention, just for the occasion. Something we'd all talked about, decided to save for our very last. We're getting ever closer, as Liz drives to the humongous concrete bridge jutting out across the shore. Our fifth passenger speaks up. I actually briefly considered setting out a senior trip down here. I'm so glad you didn't. I would have resigned from treasurer on the spot. It never would have flagged you, especially with the audit. Everyone shut up, I see it. Alva's leaned forward and get a glimpse of her destination. South the coast of the city, there's an island. Near the city is called Volcaldera Bluffs. Well, I'd seen the bluffs, just hadn't seen the caldera or the vol. The island hosts both. Manuahi, it's called, and Kawela o Kekai I Kanani. Kawela o Kekai I Kalani. Being the three volcanoes making up the archipelago. With its lush natural forestry, the island was labelled a national park. Every last plant here grew of its own accord, creating a wild jungle that beautifully engulfs every section of life here. All the way towards a mountain peak, where numerous hiking trails lead to the scenic view of the dormant volcano, as well as a panoramic of the island itself. Then there's a small yet bustling town that sits above the golden sand beaches, where the aquatic dino inhabitants make their real living. So many unique boutiques there, filled to busting with handmade trinkets that perfectly capture the island's community. And then there are a few results, such as the one we're staying at, nestled on the foothills to give tourists the best view possible. Our connected suites face towards a towering mountain, with our shared balcony providing us a view almost directly at the largest dormant volcano. It was the perfect setup there, not only with the well-padded lawn chairs, but even a built-in grill for Olivia and Damien to fight over. Step out of the shower and start drying off with a towel. All day today, we got to see as many sights the island has to offer as we could. True to his word, Damien's top priority was surfing lessons. He'll be down at the shore every day this week for a few hours. Olivia tells me dinos can't get sunburned, but I swear I seemed a little redder this afternoon. Speaking of, Olivia offered to handle my sunscreen treatment. Don't know which one of us was more eager. Me, for avoiding the harsh sun's rays, or Olivia, who deleted the idea of being handsy with me. And, well, she did a good job. Felt the need for sun-based guts tattoo was too much. Huh? This of a sun-based... Oh my god, she left a... Oh, that's awesome. She's like drew in the sun cream on his skin. Guts. That's really cool. At first we all hung together, checking out the shops and restaurants we wanted to visit, and after Damien ran off on his own, we started to disperse and go on our own adventures. Liz found a place that would give her a full neck massage. Ben became engrossed in the cultural side of the island, taking a foot tour through the history of Manuahi. And Olivia and I had decided to hang out at a luau, sampling the bonfire cooked meats while watching the lively fire dance show. Just one last thing tonight, if you ask me, it's the most important. Next to the bathroom with a fresh set of clothes. Outside, the skies begin to darken. The sun is riding along the edge of the monolithic husk of the volcano. That's why I picked this resort. There's not a better view in the state. Olivia lazes around in one of the large beds. She sips an exotic juice cocktail and flips through a travel magazine. Took you long enough, sampling every darn soap that got in there. I'm just thorough. If I'd known it'd take you half an hour, I would have gone first. It's about time to meet up. Taking a spot beside her, see Olivia's phone resting on her stomach. Had to call your dad go. The older baryonyx had called just as we got back into her room. This is why I got first dibs in the shower. Would have talked for longer if I'd known you wanted to drain all the hotel's water. He's good though. Said he'd try to come home by summer's end. That'd be awesome. Could have another pool party at Damon's. How long till everyone's back? Soon. Gonna have to go clean up now. Relax, I can wait. Olivia sets herself in a well-cleaned carpet and starts marching towards the bathroom. Nah, you go on ahead and set up. I'll hold. She picks out a soda from the inner fridge and flicks the door shut with her hip. Can's drained and crumpled in seconds. She gives me a piece of litter. Wow, treasure. Yep, come find you guys when I'm done, alright? Sure. Door clicks behind her and I start making preparations. I pick up her room's phone and dial the number for room service. Brief phone call later, the order is placed for some pizzas, 3 pepperoni and 1 with anchovies. It's set to deliver to my next destination. Find the mini cooler I'd brought and fill it up with ice, more sodas from the fridge. Lastly is my camera bag and tripod, which I slung over my shoulder. Carrying everything, I step out of the bungalow into the fresh, humid air. There's a large shared balcony nearby, intended for parties and equipped with buffets. Buffets. To my luck, the whole place is vacant. I make claim to the tables closest to the edge. From here, the whole town below sits in view of us. I notice it's layered from tropical jungle to civilization to beachfront. Across the water, the city is still visible. Near enough to remind us we're home, but far enough we feel like we're in another world. It's a lot to take in. I let my breath out and inhale deeply. Let's make the most of this while it lasts. Setting the mini cooler on the floor near the wall, spend the next few minutes gazing out over the view of the island. It's hard to look away. I'm ready to get new ideas for where we could go next. I'm tasked to perform first. Set my camera and tripod in the ideal location, retrieving my new remote. Hey, there you are. Turn around and spot Damien approach me with a quickened pace. Almost flinches, walks right past me, stopping next to the mini cooler, patting the top of it as he fetches a can of soda. Don't run away now, you hear? I don't think it'll have much to say back, Damien. Everything on its way. Just ordered pizza. Should be here soon. Cool. Listen, 4 Eyes number 2 will be out in a sec. Damien drops down on a seat, on the top of a soda can off and drinking its contents. Dang, this place is something else still in it. Thanks, Enko. No problem. Glad we could do something like this. True to Damien's word, Liz strolls out of her bungalow she's sharing with Damien, yawning into her hand. Her head seems to be swinging around more than usual. I feel amazing. I can't believe I never tried acupuncture. Everything's just so effortless, it's crazy. She joins us by the table, continuing to rave about her spa treatment. And they were just so coordinated, like a pit stop crew in a race. They called it Aikumala treatment. I think that's my species in their native tongue. Neat! Actually, I took Olivia down to a little throwdown a while back. They told us the Japanese word for gator is Wani. I think I've heard that before. But she's a baryonyx, isn't she? Ben's late to join us. Check back the window in my bungalow. See Olivia's out of the shower getting ready. That's what she said, but the resemblance is undeniable. Oh, absolutely. In elemental school, whenever a teacher did the see you later alligator thing, everyone would point at her. She hated it. Oi, you're not telling on about the dark trauma of my past. Olivia approaches freshly washed off and carrying quite a payload with her. Jeez, is that all of your stuff? You know, vacations to get away from work, right? Get it, as you want to wake up tomorrow with a massage. Moves from her chair to the table facing the balcony and unfolds a travel easel. Top of its plain sketchbook is placed, but Olivia procures a small paint palette instead of a pencil. Right away she gets to work, starting with a brilliant red near the top of the page. Don't stare, keep talking. Just go on about your days. Checked out a few trails just before I got back. Some beautiful stuff around here, you guys should check it out. Oh, hold that thought, heck yeah. Points at the approaching pair of dino ladies carrying large trays. They set them down on tables, 4 fresh steaming pizzas. Liz has to hold Liz has to hold Damien back from drilling a hole into the table. Olivia, however, has her attention split between the canvas and the fresh wood. She shakes her head and goes back to it. Don't even want one? Here. Because Liz, careful not to drop it, bring it over to Olivia's mouth. When she notices, she opens well and chomps half of it in one mouthful. Alright, now it's a party. Damien brings some pizza himself. Once we settle in for real, it gets Liz's attention. Yo, Liz, your last year go as you expected? I'll be going on about it just before senior year started. Oh no, not at all. My predictions were way off course. Never would expect things to turn out like this. But I'm glad they did. It's been nuts for everyone. Don't think anyone here is the same person who was before. No, but you, Uncle, you expecting... What were you expecting as the new guy? That's a good question. Remember when I first stepped off the metro on the first day of school? I wanted to have lots of friends, most of all. Actually, never made friends before, not like you guys. Just people I'd known for as long as I was around, before I had to move again. So it was my goal to get as many as I could. And how'd that go? You know, friendship can be so exhausting, but rewarding too. All the trials and tribulations and everything, I think they were worth it. So I made friends with all of you. To a certain girl who remains silent but not inattentive as I catch her own eyes staring my way, and more. So I guess as someone that's been experienced, I'd never want to give up, Damien. Despite the ups and downs and twists and turns, still I never would have guessed a new student would be such a wrench in the works. Getting so tangled up in Olivia, Mia, everyone else, and me. That wasn't a bad situation, not anymore. Thinking on it, things were set in motion from day one, huh? Hey, I'm grateful. Thanks. Yo, Olivia. I'm going around the table asking for input. One last time. What do you think? She thought this person looks me eye for turning all the way up this mouth. About the new human student waltzing in and wrecking her ways of life. Currently relaxing at a fancy as hell beach resort with some of my favourite people. One of which I thought I would never be friends with again. All thanks to my boyfriend. She looks back at me. Yeah, you did good, soldier. And Damien, really appreciate you guys always trying to include me. Damien bursts back of his head. He's got nothing to say for once. Now the conversation drifts from topic to topic. Liz in particular got into bragging competition with Ben. She talks about the colleges she was applying to, and he rebuted with his own lofty goals. Damien pretended to moderate the whole debate before declaring both of them were eggheads. Olivia joins in sometimes, but for the most part focuses on their little project. Ben bursts out poker side, but with them, complete with chips. As the sun gets closer and closer to setting, we all enjoy the evening. The sun's nearly set, the rest of the pizza's nearly out. Ben runs to get more soda and chips. Look over the balcony at the city below, forming different plans for what we could do tomorrow. Possibilities are endless, aren't they? Behind me, I hear Liz chuckling to herself as she clacks the poker chips she drained from us into neat stacks. As it would turn out, she had an unbeatable poker face. Match after match, she'd shark the whole table. Wait, what if when she was stretching her neck she was... Something tugs at my sleeve. Hey. Yo, come here. I open my sleeve to another of the lawn chairs, but Olivia sits me down. She takes a moment to look at me. You can go as far to adjust my legs for the same reason. When she seems satisfied with my position, Olivia lifts herself onto my lap and uses her arms and tail, wiggling herself around until her back is pressed firmly against my chest. What's all this about? Her tail wraps around my waist, securing itself to me. Finishing touches. Look, points to the propped up easel. Finally, I can see what she was working on. It's impressive she managed to draw her villa. Working on this for some time. The piece looks complete already. I start to ask what she meant by finishing touches when she places the brush in my hand. Help me finish it. Her voice is soft and inviting. Her hand covers mine gently. How could I even consider resisting? Magnific. What? Now keep going. Aye. Well, she said keep going. Start to feel her hand guiding my gentle strokes. Slowly the beautiful painting reaches completion. All the while, Olivia and I bask in each other's hold. My chin rests atop her hair as she tries to concentrate. And her tail slithers and coils around my waist, keeping me as close to her as possible. Sadly, we're losing sunlight, and the painting won't stay dry overnight with how humid it is. Looks fantastic, Olivia. I know. Just want to keep going, though. In the morning, then, okay? Grumbles to herself, but I feel her nod. Try to move my leg, only for her tail to constrict it a bit too tight for comfort. Stay. What about? Stay. Already she placed her palette and brush aside, leaning back heavily against me. I'll stay, but the painting should be put up. This Gator says later. Right now we cuddle. Any pizza left? Hello there. Yeah, we saved some, so we didn't want to interrupt your moment. Shut up. I'm allowed to have this. Liz giggles into her hand and then nods. Pizza pan is brought over and a circle is formed around it. Olivia basks in delicious taste, chomping down the last slices with a wide smile. Nearly bumped something off the table. It's Olivia's sketchbook. Hey, Olivia. Remember back in the second day of school, played that drawing game in Miss Brocklin's class? Yeah. That was the first big thing to draw us together. I think you're right. What was? It was a game the other students would play, passing around a note and doodling on it. All that. Never got to participate. I just kept passing it along. And I always draw a dick. Of course she did. Kinda want to do it again. Like a little send-off to her year at St. Hammond. You're corny. Nevertheless, she picks up the sketchbook and passes it to me. Yeah. I want to draw what I remember the year most by. Too much to pick from. Let me start then. Hand it over this way. Sure. Ben gets a pad and starts carefully scribbling something down. Meantime, Liz pipes up. Any plans yet? Looks towards Olivia just as she finishes the final slice. Well, Ben here insists I should get at least some fancy diploma or other just for the sake of it. Probably one of those nearby schools here, just for a bit. I meant for tomorrow. I could help you find one if you want. I've already got a couple of acceptance letters. Actually, I've gotten one too. Wasn't really anything amazing, truthfully. At least I won't have to worry about student debt, thanks to my parents offering to foot the bill. Ben passes the sketchbook to Damien. No dicks. I know, jeez. What about you, Ben? You going straight to school after the summer? Well, I'm still myself who stares into the distance. I was thinking of taking a few months off. The close friend had a vacancy in their backpacking trip. Starting next month. Le? Who was Le? Do we know a Le? She said it'd be good for me. Figured I'd consider my future after I'd seen more of the world. Sounds romantic, dude. Should tell Lenara how you feel during it, man. Damien. Grins and points his finger guns at Ben. Man, all of you going right back to school? I was just going to find a job or something. Oh no, not without some help, Damien. Knowing you'd end up working as some sign spinner or something. Hey, sign spinning looks fun. Liz finally gives Olivia the sketchbook. From my angle, I see it's really filling up. No peeking. Bleh. Makes quick work of a sketch. And finally, the circle is complete when I get the sketchbook back. Pick something good to finish it off, alright? Page is like a little scrapbook of our time at St. Hammond. Ben had drawn our brief gig as the Dakin's apprentice is at the wedding. Damon tries his best depicting the arcade trip. Liz chose to depict our dance with Damien. I knew it was going to come up eventually. Olivia. Where would that one be? Is that the one up the side, the really cute kind of Liz shape? Olivia, in turn, drew our dance alongside it. Boy, do I have some competition here. Alright, one last drawing. Me? Oh fuck, okay. Ah! Ah! Drawing turns the rest, look over the whole thing once more. Cute. Think you're just a little better. I'm gonna keep this one. It's all yours. Keep talking about our senior and what comes next for some time. Finally, the sun is set and the moon has risen. Framing the balcony perfectly for what I was waiting for. Motioning for Olivia, she'd finally let me stand, which she reluctantly does. And standing and stretching, feel the pins and needles of my legs slowly fade as I walk to the corner of the balcony. All reliable. I've taken hundreds of pictures of this bad boy. None of them seem to have noticed that here, thankfully, as I looked again, the chattering group on the balcony. My friends. Somehow, this picture will mark the precise end of one point in our lives and the start of another. Maybe that's what all pictures do. Make quick work of setting everything up just right. The angle, the settings, everything. Yep, it's time. Hey everyone. Heads turn, Livy rolls her eyes with smiles, seeing I'm up to old tricks. Let's see where this is going. Alright, just one. Thanks. Got a feeling this will be a keeper. Damon adjusts his seat to bring Liz closer to him. The focus, f-stop, ISO are all ideal, no worries about motion blur. Quickly go sit right by Olivia again, embracing her in a similar way. How do we know when it's done? It's not on a timer. I got a switch here. Oh, on cheese? Sure. Actually, better yet, it's not something just for Olivia. Talking about this earlier. Tell him what I brought up. Olivia's brow furrows defiantly. That's lame, please don't. My camera. Just one time, alright. Everyone ready? Once more, I'm enveloped in Olivia's arms and tail. I can feel her joy and annoyance radiate from her more brilliantly than the last rays of sunlight. Her eyes, all eyes look to my DSLR set in the corner, smells adorning faces from the prospects of this moment being immortalized forever. Kerchunk. Here's to the future, yeah? And to good fortunes to come. And good friends we've all made. Just a picture, don't make it weird. It's a bit more than that. 3, 2, 1. I wanna hug that gator. They said the thing. Edgy mustache. Ain't going, Olivia? Haven't seen in a while. Barely have time for myself between studying and whatnot. Maybe I should take a break. Be nice to take my whatnot on a double date. Wait, what? Studying and whatnot. Be nice to take the whatnot on a double date. Okay. I'll be down the city again soon. I think I'll call them now to arrange something. Those two? They're doing great. Thanks for asking. How am I doing? Glad you asked. Finally found a career path that really speaks to me. That next week, I'm not going to be Damien any longer. My new name will be Rory the Reading Raptor. Well. Hello? Oh, it's you. Ain't going, Olivia. They moved. They're still a short drive away, just a town over while Olivia's in college. Thinking said he found an internship. Well, annoying having to drive the extra distance, but her stuff is really flying off the shelf these days at my store, and Damien loves coming along to catch up. So how do I know what ending I got? Apparently there was like 4, wasn't there? Yeah, girl, I haven't seen like forever. Like, when's the last time? Just before the school dance thing. Ah, why do we even hang around that bitch? I always hated her. She was just a different person before. So, do you got the designs I asked for? That's not very nice. That's really not. I'm not happy with. You know what? I'll make tribal garbs the next huge thing to take off. Trust me. Excellent. Neo and Halford, those names will stick with me better or worse. Mostly the stress they caused me. Mostly for the stress they caused me. Like they were magnets for trouble. I was right in front of the auditor. I'm keeping an eye on their careers. They may be visiting again sooner than they expect. Long straw. Enko and Olivia, I don't watch cooking shows. There were students here, Sally. Oh, the monkey boy. Proud of him. He's a good soldier. I wish him luck in his cooking thing. Ah, little Inkle. I feel in a world where everyone is constantly giving him advice, I was the only one listening to his at times. Grateful for him, truly. Never felt closer to the youth of today. Though, after that head slide I pulled, my back was killing me for ages. Nice to feel young again. Hope the young love those two share blossoms into something beautiful. Hey, it's the minion. It's the minion in a coat. Ah, those two. They just came by to visit us last week. Guess they missed my cooking too much. Nice to see them again, especially since we only have Vinny with us in the house now. I do miss those times when the house was more hectic. As surprising as that sounds. They're their own people now, but our little nest is always open for them. Again, Livy? Yeah, they came by not too long ago. We spent the whole morning just playing video games. After that, Inky tried to play street hockey with me. It was so much fun. And he looked really happy even after I accidentally hit him with a slap shot. Even Olivia agreed that he had fun. He was too tired and needed to take a nap because he was getting old. Why is he me? You and that Psycho Ben guy. Never took you for that type. Don't call him that, you skank. You know I love you, girl. Don't mean nothing by it. You found someone too, I see. Yeah, he's just my type. Plays video games, doesn't share, and moderates online forums. Oh no. Go for a shower, you stinky bastard. Inko. Oh, he's one of Trent's assistants at my wedding. Hasn't been that long, honestly. Wish they could have seen him in Trent's services. We wished we could have seen him at Trent's services. Lend an ear to him and all. Send our regards his way. I may have a request for him soon. Just found out we're going to have a kid. Definitely need some high quality photos on that day. Look, we're finding you here for the usual. Well, I have been practicing a new technique. After all, an artist must always challenge their skill. So must a chef and showman work to expand their repertoire. Do be mindful though, that should you lean back, my last friend is still missing his eyebrows. Never heard of him. You got the wrong person. Now scram. Busy trying to get certified as a real mechanic. Don't get time to reminisce about randos and if I know them or not. Maybe I did, a long time ago, but not anymore. Not anymore. I have things to say about the Mia character, but I can't help but feel the ending done her a little dirty there. The end. Excuse me. Ending 4 of 4. Good, they're labelled. What'd that mean for me, though? Get ending 4. The other ending is get something extra. Well, no. I said it when I started this, that if I get an ending I'm content with, that's the ending I'm going to stick with. So be it. Now, that being said, additional thoughts there at the end, like the friends just going off. Friendship's a real important thing to me. The friends just going off on Mia like that when they themselves participated, as far as I'm concerned. She wasn't fucking goading them into it or anything. But just the like back call and name call and stuff just feels icky. Dunno. Feels like you've done a bit dirty there. I'm glad though they did kind of include her at the end. She's away. She's getting a career. She's doing her own thing, just moving on. That's nice to hear. I like that. That's at least that. She was a horrible character, a horrible person. Not a horrible character, sorry. She was a good character, but she was a good character because she was a horrible person. But that being said, Ben wasn't entirely innocent. Mental illness aside, they were both basically manipulating each other by the sound of it. They were just a bad match, and it was bad for the pair of them. I don't know. Don't think she deserved to be done dirty by her friends at the end there. That's not very nice. I don't like that. But anyway, yes. So, apology time. I have been thinking about this since that scene happened, and I hate that this is included in this video. If it didn't have really important things in the dialogue, I would cut that out. At the point where Ben was desperate and begging, and just the way that she was withholding something from him, and their relationship being kind of dom sub-esque, and him wanting to just have a normal night, or I need it, I don't know why, I just immediately went to honestly, something perverse, something that two couples can participate in that is entirely their business. My brain just went, it's totally that, but it wasn't. It was something horrible and fairly traumatic for the character on a whole. And I'm really sorry I made the inappropriate joke. Even now, I'm still laughing that was the joke that came to mind, because it was a horrible bit. And I'm sorry that is where my brain went. But yeah, mental health is absolutely no joke. Mental disabilities and things that affect your social life like that can be incredibly damaging to your own psyche. So please inform yourself, keep yourself safe, just be nice to each other, eh? Overall thoughts about the game, adorable. For something I bought for a meme, I just, I've probably said this story before, but basically my thoughts when I first seen it was hugging an alligator. There was not much thought put into this, but I got it, and I finally got to it. Inspired by wanting to hug the Little Adventurer's big sister when I done through a Little Gator game, which apparently turned 2 the other day. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, this is solid. I wish I could do more visual novels, but as you've seen, my own personal challenges for this: patience, attention span, and dyslexia. If you would like to see more visual novels, though, I have hundreds of them. I love visual novels. They can just be good fun. But that's it for me just now, anyway. Cheers for watching. This will be linked in the description, so you can check out the game yourselves. And you can play the other ending yourself. As for what ending I got 4 of 4, I'm assuming that means best ending. I've accidentally the best ending. I'm going to 2 thumbs up myself and just leave it at that. Okay? Good luck. Take it easy.